slow, make sure we do this right. Canceled all my plans to be with you tonight. So just sit with me.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tally. Thank you for being here today. So for today's vlog, it's going to be something completely different. I'm not just going to be focusing on one book. I'm going to be reading 5 books that have made people cry. Maybe like a month ago, I went online and I searched it up and I bought the books and I finally have them with me. So for this week's vlog, we're going to cry a lot. And I will let you know if they actually made me cry. First one is The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stadman, and I will talk about it a little bit later. I'm also going to be reading Everything I Never Told You, The Book Thief. This is a bit longer, so I'm going to try to read every single day. It has around like 530 pages, I believe. I'm also going to be reading We're Liars. I think this is another pretty long book. It is only 250 pages, so it's not bad actually. And the last book that I'll be reading is Dear Edward by Anne Napolitano. Heard pretty good things about these books. I've heard that they've made people cry their eyes out, and I am looking for that in books because you guys know I love crying. I love feeling emotions when I'm reading books. So I found this website where they have other books, but these ones are the ones that were more interesting to me. I think I'm going to start out with, I have no idea which book I should start with. I think I'm going to start out with Everything I Never Told You. And this one is, let's see, 292 pages. So it is about a Chinese American family living in the 1970s, small town Ohio. Lydia is the favorite child of Marlon and James Lee, and her parents are determined that she will fulfill the dreams that they were unable to pursue. But then Lydia's body is found in the local lake. The delicate balancing act that has been keeping the Lee family together is destroyed, tumbling them into chaos. Okay, this is definitely going to make me cry. I can already feel that it's going to make me cry. Let's start with this one. It is now, let's see, what time is it? What time is it, sister?
12:12.
Oh, shit. Okay, 12:12 a.m. And I have been reading Everything I Never Told You. So far, there are some sad sections, but so far it hasn't made me cry. It is May 3rd, the year 1977. Lydia's mom notices that she is gone and her bed is unmade. And her mother calls her high school to see if she went to first period, but when the assistant tells her that she didn't, she starts looking everywhere for her. And then they call the police when they notice that she hasn't came back. And the police tells them that lots of teenagers leave their home without telling anyone. So they practically don't do anything like the first 24 hours. They just tell them that maybe she'll be back in 24 hours. But that does not happen. Of course, we know that Lydia is dead. Throughout the pages, we get to know a lot of things about Lydia, like she's very quiet, she doesn't have any friends, she lets other people copy from her homework and her assignments, and also that she spent spring with this guy named Jack. And right now he's one of the suspicious characters because I'm thinking maybe this guy murdered her, because obviously a lot of cases like this also introduce us to Lydia's siblings, which are Nathaniel, Nat, and Hannah. And Nat is a senior in high school. He will be going to Harvard, and her sister is in 5th grade. I'm really loving the author's writing style. It's very intriguing. So Lydia went missing on Monday. On Wednesday, they find her body in a lake and half of her face is missing. It's very sad to read this situation. Her father also mentions that Lydia did not know how to swim, and that's when they search the lake and that's where they find her body. At this point, I'm thinking that maybe she drowned, someone pushed her in the lake, or maybe she was gonna learn how to swim. I don't know, maybe she committed suicide. I don't know, there's so many things that could have occurred to Lydia. I'm very intrigued because right now her brother Nat, he is keeping his eyes on this Jack who Lydia was spending so much time with. I think he had nothing to do with it because he mentions that Lydia was very upset, and she was very upset at everything, at her parents, at her brother leaving to college, and just at her grades overall. On chapter 2, we're introduced to Lydia's parents, James and Marlon, Marlon's life before they even got married, and how Marlon, who is her mother, met James. And James was a professor at the college that Marlon went to. The year was 1957, and Marlon was a junior when she met James, who is Lydia's father. We do get to know James' life, where his father came to America and he was born in California. And it also mentions that even if James was born in America, he felt like he didn't belong. Basically in chapter 2, we get to know their past and how they met, how James' parents came to America, and how he felt lost and like he didn't fit in until he met Marlon, who is white. So we do see the interracial couples, and it does state that in 1958 in Virginia, interracial couples were being arrested, saying that God never intended to mix red, yellow, black, and that there should be no mongrel citizens. It does state this because Marlon is white and James is Chinese, so her mother did not approve of her wedding. The last time that she saw her mother was at her wedding because her mother did not accept them. Things that we're looking at right now is death and grief. Yeah, I'm on page 67. I am annotating it like crazy. I am taking notes as well. I did a little color key with my highlighters, and I think I'm going to read a couple of more pages and then I'll update you guys in the morning.
Lie awake with me, don't go to
Alright, hello my friends. I have not done anything today. I haven't even done my bed because I have been reading Everything I Never Told You. This is the first book, the first sad book that I saw on the list, so I started with this one. I am on page 162. So far it hasn't made me cry, but I know it will because the whole plot is just sad. Of course, it's about a girl who ended up missing, and a couple of hours later she gets found in a lake and her only half of her face is left. There's definitely racism in this book. There is an affair, secrets, and right now they are trying to figure out what exactly happened to Lydia. We're still in the process of knowing what happened to her, but the author is giving us flashbacks from the past of what are the events that led to this girl dead in the lake. So we found out that Marlon, her mother, left her kids and her husband in order for her to finish her degree. And then during that same summer, it occurred to Lydia, which makes me kind of suspicious about her sibling Nat. I have no idea if one of her siblings had to do something with her murder. Her parents obviously had a favorite, and they expected so much from her. Marlon, who did want to become a doctor, she figured that it was too late for her, but not for Lydia, her daughter. So she starts like teaching her different things, buying her books, and since Lydia made this promise that if her mother came back, that she would do anything that her mother asked her to do. And then Marlon, since her mother always like suggested her to find a husband and find a home, Marlon did not want to put that on her daughter. She wanted Lydia to become a doctor since she didn't get the chance to do that. That's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna make my bed. I'm gonna go eat. My mom made some mole. So delicious. And then I'm gonna take a shower. I'm on page 162 and hopefully I am able to finish it today so I can start The Book Thief or Dear Edward. Okay, hello. So it is now 9:00 p.m. We just came back from the coffee shop. I got myself a strawberry hibiscus tea. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Hibiscus? Hibiscus. Oh shit. So my sister and I went to the coffee shop. We went to my favorite coffee shop in my city. Myself a strawberry hibiscus tea, and this is caffeine free because it is already very late, 9:40 p.m. And I got some macaroons. I got the green tea kind and vanilla. So I'm just gonna save those for tomorrow morning. I've been reading all day. So far it hasn't made me cry. It is sad because obviously we're going back through, we're going back to the events that happened before Lydia turned up dead, and it's very sad because she was their favorite child, and her parents always ignored her siblings Nat and Hannah. I feel like she did commit suicide. I think that's everything that we are learning about Lydia, how she's the favorite child. She got put through so much pressure from her parents, and then she started hiding her brother's Harvard acceptance letters, so that was kind of like weird. So Nat and Lydia had a very good relationship, and she didn't want him to leave because she thought that if he left she would become very lonely, and so she starts hiding his Harvard acceptance letters. But then eventually one of their neighbors, he comes to their house and tells them that some letters have been coming in at their house. So that's when he learns that he got accepted to Harvard, and his parents for the very first time appreciate him and acknowledge him. But I am on page 176. There are 292 pages. I really love Nat's relationship with Lydia, and I'm really intrigued to read more about them. So I'm gonna keep reading, and I'm gonna drink my tea, and maybe later on we'll watch some Netflix or something, and I'll update you guys later. I woke up in a very good mood today because I obviously have my coffee. Update you guys with everything I never told you. So, last night I did not want to finish it because I wanted to get my reaction. Towards the end, it is full of emotions because we're getting close to finding out what happened to Lydia. I am on page 261. I have around like 20 pages to be done with it. I'm gonna finish it up right now. I think this one is an amazing book. I really recommend you guys reading this. Fills me with so many emotions. Okay, I gotta calm down. Oh crap, okay. And I just did my makeup. This is a bad idea. So this is freaking awesome because the author is taking us back through that same night when Lydia disappeared. All her family's reactions and how they treated her. It's pretty sad. You know, you never know like when's the last time that you're gonna see your family member. What had they missed that they should have seen? What small gesture forgotten might have changed everything? They will pick it down to the bones, wondering how this had all gone so wrong, and they will never be sure. It. So it definitely did not make me cry. It was sad. It was very emotional towards the ending. Everyone's different, right? A lot of people will have more emotion towards this book. This is the first book that I finished, but definitely a 5 out of 5, a 5-star rating. I love this book. I think I'm gonna start reading Dear Edward now by Anne Napolitano. This was another book that was on the list of a book that will make you cry. It's about a boy who survives a plane crash after all his family dies. So definitely will break my heart. Hello friends, I am reading Dear Edward. I am on page 76. I am whispering because my sister is about to go to sleep, so I am sitting down on the floor because I want to read a couple of more pages. So I'm having some water tonight. I did not make myself some tea because I was too lazy. So This story was inspired by the true story of Reuben, who was the survivor of a plane crash in 2010. And he was the only survivor of the plane crash that occurred in that year. It just puts together these set of circumstances where this little kid, this little boy, in this situation where he loses his family in this plane crash, goes through a lot of things in order for him to become a whole person again. Very emotional because the author goes back from the actual day that the plane crashes, goes forward to the month of July, which is like a month after the plane crash. There's a character in this book, and she is like 1 month older than Edward. So yeah, so he's staying with his aunt and uncle, and now he is struggling to live without his family, struggling to find a place in the world without his family. It just breaks my heart because he lost his mom, his dad, and his sibling who he was really close to. And it's also sad because there was 183 passengers in total. Edward was in the hospital. He woke up, he was badly injured, but he was able to make progress. He feels really alone because he hasn't seen like any kid around him, only adults. So at night he goes to their neighbor's house, which a little girl lives in, and this little girl tells him that she talked to his brother once, and that makes him feel, I guess, comfortable. The little girl tells Edward that he is just like Harry Potter because Harry Potter also survived a terrible attack that no one should have survived, and he's just like him because Edward also survived this plane crash, which people said that there was a 0% chance of survival from the plane crash. Hello friends, it's Monday afternoon. It's currently 1 o'clock, actually 12:52. The weather is cloudy today, so I got the chance to wear some sweats that I recently bought, so I'm really excited because I thought I wasn't gonna get to wear them soon. I'm reading Dear Edward. I'm currently on page 133. That kind of book that I don't skip words or sentences because everything is very interesting to me. There's certain books where I just skip like a whole paragraph because there's like descriptions and just extra descriptions that we don't need, and with this book I'm like reading all the paragraphs because I'm very intrigued. And yeah, it is very emotional because Edward, he lost his family. Last night I read that they were going to send them all their belongings, all his family's belongings, and of course it's like very difficult for him because all the belongings are going to remind him of his family. Dear Edward for a sec. Dear Edward. I am on page 155. Hello everyone. So it is Tuesday night. It is currently 9 p.m. I haven't been reading, and the reason is because I have been helping my parents pack. They had to go on an emergency to Mexico because of a death in the family, and I've just haven't had the chance to read or update you guys. So it's just very hard seeing my parents like heartbroken. It's just been a very emotional week, and I haven't been really concentrating on my work, and also how there was another shooting, another death of Dante, just like really making me angry that a lot of people are blaming this kid. You know, he was only 20 years old and he got shot by this cop. And there's a lot of people saying that he deserved to die because he was resisting and he was not complying. It baffles me really that someone could think it's okay to kill another human being for the mistakes that they make. You know, and we're not sure what this kid did. We don't know what kind of warrants he had in the past. But even if he did so much mistakes, he did not deserve to die the way that he died. No, we can clearly see in the video that the cop, that he complies in the beginning. He gets almost handcuffed. The cops uses some kind of force in his voice by telling him that he's doing something that he was not doing, and we can clearly hear Dante say, "I'm not doing anything." And we can hear the force that the cop uses. And yeah, it's very hard for our mental health, you know, but there's nothing that we can do but use our privilege and try to educate other fucking people. I don't know. You know, no matter what someone does, no matter their mistakes, their small mistakes, literally, you know, no one deserves the way that Dante died. You know, he was a kid. He barely turned into his 20s. He called his mom for his information. I haven't done any progress on Dear Edward. I'm gonna finish it tonight. Just kidding, I have to wake up early. I'm going to read, and then I'll update you guys later. I'm scared. Oh my god, I'm scared. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's actually not bad. It's not. It's really good.
Oh, this is bomb. It's so good.
Hello, my friends. Today is Thursday. I can't even think right now. Everything's like all over the place. They shot a 13-year-old boy named Adam Toledo. A 13-year-old boy. And it still baffles me to see that people are still in support of these kinds of cops. I haven't watched the little boy, the 13-year-old boy who got shot at 2 a.m. Police lied, saying that the boy wasn't complying and that he was about to shoot. They didn't want to release the video footage, but it's been released now, and now I'm contemplating whether I want to watch it. And I'm probably going to talk about it throughout this vlog because it's important, and my YouTube talks about these kinds of stuffs, and I know it's just about books and vlogs, but I read books about race and racism and the Black community. And sometimes I'm still educating myself on these matters. You know, I'm still learning about these things. Alright, it's time for my second dose of my vaccine. I'm excited. I'm scared. Okay, just finished Dear Edward. It almost made me cry. Oh, yes, that's in my background. Really enjoyed it. I think it is a 4 out of 5. Why? The writing style was amazing. I loved the writing style. I liked the way that the author shifted from the moment the plane was about to crash, and she put the timestamps of the moments in the plane and how she went through each person that was in the plane, and just let us know a little bit of their story, and made me really care about these passengers. Very well developed. Edward, we can see his development throughout the story from the beginning to the end, and how he befriends this girl named Shay, who is his neighbor. We really see his pain of him trying to live in this world without his parents, and especially his brother Jordan. Don't consider this book a book that will make you cry. I mean, in my opinion, it was just very emotional, and at the same time it did not make me cry, just because I already knew what was going to occur in the book, because it's on the synopsis of a plane crash, and basically we just follow Edward's life after the plane crash, and how he goes through depression and trying to get his life together after losing his parents and his brother. He had so much support, which I really liked, and I really liked how the author incorporated Shay, who is a lovely character in this book, and I love the ending between these two characters. I think it was very beautiful. Once we get to the page where we find out why the plane crashed, and we read these passengers' last moments, it's very emotional. I'm gonna start reading We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, but that will be for tomorrow because I'm gonna go to sleep now. This is Sonia. Let's finish it off. Okay, hi friends. Wow, it's been a long time that I don't update you guys with my readings. It is Saturday. It is currently 3 o'clock p.m. I believe. I also have not been reading a lot. I just decreased my Goodreads goal because I was just feeling like super stressed about being like 20 books behind. So I just decided to decrease it to 120 books by then, to read by the end of the year. So hopefully I'm able to do that. But then again, I'm like, it doesn't even matter. Okay, hi everyone. It is Monday. It was my first day back to work. I am freaking tired because I had to wake up like super early, so I still have to get used to my new routine. So, but I'm really happy because I did get some reading done today. I started reading We Were Liars, and this is very fast-paced, and I definitely agree with people saying that this is like a really good book because I'm really liking it. It's very good. I'm already on page 96, which is exciting because I thought I wasn't going to get any reading done today. In the first pages, I was already excited about some of the characters, which are Katie and Gat. So it does have a little bit of romance with two of the characters. In the next couple of pages, we see that he's an asshole. Kind of like an asshole, but we don't exactly know what's going on. So Katie, she always visits her granddad's, her grandfather's beach house. And one summer, she suffered an accident. She was diagnosed with post-traumatic headaches, which is known as PTHA, and they are migraine headaches caused by traumatic brain injury. Intriguing because now she has this injury and she forgets things, and then throughout her life she suffers like these events where she starts fading away or something like that. I'm not really sure, but in the beginning it states that her dad shot her, but I think she was having one of those moments where she starts like fading away and forgetting where she's at the moment. It's not explained yet what is exactly happening. Hasn't told us what happened that summer to her, who was involved in this accident, because her mother did find her by the sea, curled up in a ball, and she had to go to the hospital. I'm gonna make some tea and then hopefully I can do a little bit of more pages. I'm gonna continue the vlog. I'm gonna end the vlog maybe tomorrow morning. Alright, so it is now 9 o'clock p.m. I've been reading We Were Liars and I'm on page 130, so I'm 50% in. It is now Tuesday afternoon. I just finished reading We Were Liars. It is a very fast-paced book. I finished it in like a day, so if you're looking for something like fun and fast-paced book to read, this one's for you. It was not emotional, it was not sad for me because in a way I already knew what was gonna happen. I knew that there was gonna be death and grief. Since the story was just like very short, I didn't really truly like get to know the characters as much. Throughout the end of the story, she finds out what happened, and it wasn't pretty shocking to me. My favorite part of this was Katie and Gat's relationship. That's pretty much everything that was interesting to me from this book. I finished We Were Liars, and that's the last book that I'm going to be reading for this vlog. I'm going to close it here, and I will be doing part 2. So part 2 will be up maybe next week, hopefully. I'm going to continue doing these kinds of videos where I will be reading sad books and see if they actually make me cry. So I hope you guys enjoyed this long vlog, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!